So Elon Musk, the Tesla CEO and the world's most influential person, is mentally unwell and has a mind of a child. You've got to see what we're talking about here. It's absolutely insane, but it represents sort of where we are culturally as a society. And essentially, it feels like we're living in a weird Black Mirror episode or perhaps an alternate timeline of reality. Here's Elon Musk talking about video games. He says, Asmon behaves like a maverick, independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. And then readers add a bunch of context saying Elon's, misrepresenting things. Basically, we're talking about video games. And if you don't know, Elon Musk was called out for cheating on a video game. Basically, looks like he paid someone to play a game for him. And, he wants to prove this. Elon Musk wants to prove that he is the best video game player in the world. Yes, we're talking about video games. And Elon's concerned about his image. What he's tweeting on is a guy's video here. You can listen to a little bit of this here.
That might shed some light in the situation.
There's no way he played that account.
See, and so this guy here, the guy talking in the lower left corner there, that's Asmon Gold, I think his name or something like that. He's a popular video game YouTuber, and many of these video game YouTubers, and he's swearing here, so I can't play it, but many of these video game YouTubers have been saying, Elon Musk paid for his account. There's no way he's as good at the video game, etc. And Elon Musk actually cares about this stuff. He cares whether or not you think he's good at a video game. Where it's obvious that he's not, for people who are really good at the game. It's this bizarre. Now you want to listen to some other part because I know everyone's gonna get stuck on the video game part. Did Elon buy his account or not? But there's a part in this video that really reveals who Elon is and kind of his relationship to his companies. Okay, have a little listen to this. We'll listen together here.
This might be a sweaty gamer, but I'll let you listen to our conversation and decide for yourself.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Play. So I actually made money I had the first paid tournament in the US.
Nice.
And we came second. We would have come first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed halfway through the game, so we came second in the end. But I put ridiculous amounts of time into Quake. And then my company was going bankrupt, so I had to stop playing. But I play games just to kind of if it's a hard game, I'm forced to concentrate.
Yeah.
And then it quiets the demons in my mind, killing the demons in the game.
So if you guys heard that, Elon Musk was like, his company was going bankrupt, so he had to stop playing games, or he's like, man, I was so good at games, I was semi-pro. Second best player on the team, and my friend's computer crashed, so we didn't win the tournament or whatever. Just let that sink in, guys, because Elon Musk often likes to portray himself as being, the most awesome entrepreneur of all time, and people think it's, oh my god, he's a great inventor, and here he is bragging about being awesome at video games, but he had to quit because his companies were going bankrupt. It's from his own words, and then you kind of see like he gets really sensitive if someone calls him out and says, hey, it looks like you bought your account. But why does this person care? Why does Elon Musk care if we think he's good at video games or not? This is where he's mentally unwell and has a mind of a child. But I want you to understand this, and I point this out so many times on the channel, is that if Elon Musk is lying about his video game stuff, what else could he be lying about? And in fact, I've read his book and I wonder if he's lying about everything. And there's so many things that are inconsistent that he says. And people even point this stuff out. And the video game one's an interesting one because if you don't understand, the basic idea is he has this account that's like the highest level. He's got all the best items, these kind of things. And then when he streams the game, he doesn't really know how to play very well. And for those people who are good at the game, you can obviously see if someone's played the game or not. It's obvious. I don't play Path of Exile, so I can't judge on that. So that's why I trust these, video game streamer people who do. So these guys are this guy, and this is a popular one. And then Elon Musk gets really, really mad. But why care? Why care? And then he was tweeting out some sort of text, I guess, with the Asmon Gold person. Elon Musk is like, I'm gonna see what this is. I'm gonna see if my editors want to make a second account for it. Even sure, who are these mysterious editors? Two guys, D. Osmongold and Kat Demon. Whatever. What are we talking about? And then there's more reader context stuff. If you want to guide the actual details of what we're talking about, you can. But basically, every time you see a reader context thing, it just shows that Elon Musk is tweeting out a bunch of stuff that has either misinformation or disinformation, right? And people are like, out of context. But this is all about video games. Like, he's tweeting out all about video games. And the other thing too, what are we talking about? Look at this. No, you're getting farmed by Asmongold. That's how drama works. Really, Elon, people are calling him out. The thing that's so crazy about this stuff is like, this is supposed to be a guy who's, genius at rock and stuff like that. Like, why do you even care what anyone thinks about anything about video games? Why even bother? Just imagine this. Let's just change the context from Elon Musk, okay? Let's pretend it was, Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or even Mark Zuckerberg. We'll use someone contemporary, or Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos is running Amazon, at the time, and now he's doing rock and stuff like that. And does Jeff Bezos tweet out, "Hey guys, I'm like awesome at video games," and someone's like, "No, I think you bought your account," and Jeff Bezos gets really mad? It would be strange. Does Mark Zuckerberg do that kind of thing? It shows you, like, and it's not just video games. It's on everything that Musk is really petty. It's strange. Like, for example, he's tweeting out here, Elon Ma, Adrian Dittman. This was the thing where the whole controversy is who did you buy your account from? The video game thing, and he made up this Chinese name. It's supposed to be Elon Musk, but he made up a Chinese name. He tweets out stuff about his rockets all the time, right? A lot of stuff that Elon Musk does, and I'll show you a couple other things. Is he tweets out a bunch of past successes. That's sort of what he likes to do, taking credit for other people's work. He tweets out misinformation all the time. So here's another example. I just want to give you an example so you can learn how to read this stuff. An hour ago, the New York Times is evil propaganda, okay? And he's retweeting some dude named Gunther Eagleman. I don't know who this is. And this is like some sort of article, and I'm not going to read the first word, but it says disorder or crime, right? Not a crime. And this is from 2014. So why are we talking about, it's not even an article, it's an op-ed piece. So someone's opinion from 2014, like 10 years ago, almost, I guess you could call it 11 years ago almost. But it's weird. Like, why are we talking about this? And I actually, I went down the rabbit hole. I read the article. It is always different than the headline. The headline kind of scares you and stuff like that. But basically, it just talks about, hey, if there are people who are mentally unwell and who need help before they commit a crime. That's sort of what the article is about. Before they commit a crime. We're not talking about defending criminals. Before they commit a crime, can we figure out ways to help people to not commit crimes? That's how I read the article. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of nuances. If you want to dive down that rabbit hole, please do. But I'm not going to sit around and talk about like stuff that someone wrote as an opinion piece 11 years ago. It's bizarre, right? And then use that opinion piece to attack a publication, right? Like, what? This is the stuff that they do. It's like tons of misdirection and stuff like that. And this was actually the topic of the day, why we're talking about video games now and old articles from 11 years ago. Oligarchy is from one of Elon Musk's, I guess, buddies or whatever. Oligarchy is not the same. 4 or 5 families control U.S. politics for several decades. Oligarchy is when a very successful entrepreneur is tapped to advise a populist president these 4 or 5 families hate. Wait, what? So now we're defending oligarchy. If you don't know, basically there's a series of things that happened. President Joe Biden made a speech and it was just warning people about the oligarchy. Basically, too much power into too few hands. Okay, I didn't say Elon Musk by name, but that's sort of what we're getting at, right? Musk has control of many politicians. Musk has multiple companies with government contracts. Musk now has media platform Twitter, which is very influential. You guys know he can target any number of people, make up any kind of rumors, these kind of stuff, because he controls the platform. He is also looking at possibly buying TikTok. So the influence is real. And so that's why he gets mad when anyone, tweets about oligarchy or stuff like that. He was even tweeting stuff about Bernie Sanders here, right? Sick, burned by Besant. But with all this stuff, it's a bit misleading. Basically, and this is the question by Bernie Sanders, are Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg too wealthy and powerful? Do you agree with President Biden about an oligarchy? And then basically, Scott Bessent, this is one of Trump's picks, misdirected it, right? So look at this. So then Scott's answer is, those 3 billionaires all made their money themselves. Mr. Musk came to the country as an immigrant. Jeff Bezos, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't really answer the question. the basic question is, do you think these people are too powerful? That's the basic question. And then you're saying, well, they're going to try to make the case, well, but he's self-made, like it's irrelevant. But that's the kind of stuff that these people talk about. And then you can argue about whether or not any of those people are self-made because they're all born rich, right? Zuckerberg, Bezos, and Musk are all born rich, but that's beside the point. The point is that too few people have too much power. And then when you look at the people who are at the top, be it Elon Musk, he's concerned about what people think about him and his video game playing ability. And if you put this all together, you realize like how broken our society is. And I was thinking about this, so like we'll just leave this Asmo dude guide up there. This represents a problem with sort of the YouTube culture, okay? So you get popular because you're really good at video games, right? That'd be the Asmo, goal guy. You're really good at video games. And then suddenly, people feel like they're your friend, they have a connection to you, and then they want to hear your view on everything in the world. But remember, this guy's just really good at video games. It doesn't mean he's a fantastic, intellectual on science. It doesn't mean he's a great philosopher. It doesn't mean he's a great at religion. It doesn't mean, he's good at math. It doesn't mean he's good at history. It doesn't mean any of these other things. We just know he's really good at video games and you like to spend time with said person. And then this sort of has morphed into our current culture to where, these kind of people, we could talk about Kardashian as well. You could argue maybe Kardashian's really good at picking out, which top and bottom clothes go together and which shoes match which outfits, that kind of stuff, if you want to call it Kardashian. But you don't need to ask her like her feelings on, what do you think about, the history of the Roman Empire, or what do you think about space travel to Mars? Like it's irrelevant. But we live in this society, and goes back to the Elon Musk thing, to where people say, hey, he builds a Tesla car, and then suddenly Elon Musk and Elon Musk didn't even found Tesla. Elon Musk is a fraud. It's like it's sort of, if you understand what I'm telling you, is our social media driven world is giving too much emphasis on popularity, right? So Donald Trump had a TV show. It was a popular TV show called The Apprentice. I watched the show. Season 1 was entertaining. We hadn't seen something like that before. It was entertaining. But I'll be perfectly frank, when I watched it, I knew it was all a sham. It was obvious to me because it was a TV show. It was obvious. But if you don't remember, the season 1 was about they had team book smarts versus team street smarts. Okay. And it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Okay. And what is entertainment is, it's to give, entertainment to the masses of like, hey, you can compete against Harvard MBAs, right? And if you dropped out of high school, you have a chance against Harvard MBAs. And I'll just be honest with you, it'll be tough. It'll be tough in the corporate world. It's not, and this is where you have to be polite, but you can be mean at the same time. But it's not that you're, it's hard to talk about this stuff because I'm trying to be nice. It's not that you're stupid. It's just if you had different opportunities than other people, you have different connections. And there also is a reality that some people have more ability than others. And here's also, I want to make it really clear as well. Just because you have a Harvard MBA doesn't necessarily automatically mean you have more abilities, because some people get to those positions or those schools because their families bought their way in. And I always have to explain this stuff to everyone, because for people who've never been in these places, if you guys don't know, Elon Musk and I are the same age, he's a couple years older than me. We went to the same school. The Trump school went to my school. Like I have, experience with this kind of world. And whenever I bring it up, people say, oh, you're just so dumb, Chris. You're not a billionaire. And it's just like, because I wasn't born rich. I can't control that. I can't pick my parents or my family. And I don't know. And so then these Donald Musks and the Donald Trumps make these TV shows to sort of placate, people who will say down on their luck or whatever, and give you this fantasy that you're going to compete and become the billionaire someday. And that's what the Apprentice show was all about. Americans like to think if you just get a little bit lucky, you're going to be the same, spot as Musk or Trump, but it's not the case. And I try to say this as kindly as possible. But it's asinine, because if you know how the system works, it's very, very different, right? So Trump puts out this TV show and becomes really popular, and then suddenly people think, oh, you're so great, Trump, because I saw you on TV. I saw you fire TV stars. It's all a TV show. They're not picking the most qualified people to be on a TV show. It's for entertainment. You pick people who are going to fight. You pick people who have strong opinions, right? Sometimes a really good leader isn't necessarily going to come and tell everyone what to do. They're actually going to listen to other people. But if a good leader is a good listener, that does not make for good television. It's isn't it obvious? But it's not. The reason why this stuff is not obvious to regular people is because they have these weird fantasies about how Musk is a genius and Trump is a genius or whatever, right? And at the end of the day, Elon Musk is essentially a used car salesman, and Donald Trump is a slumlord. And that kind of comparison of understanding who these people are, it makes more sense if you put it in terms that people can understand. But if you think that, Elon Musk is the awesome Iron Man and Donald Trump is the most awesomest Captain America, and you live in this movie fantasy world, then you'll never see the truth. It's interesting that people do call out Elon Musk on whatever lies that he's saying on the day on his own platform regarding video games, because some people with video games or say comic books are like really really into that stuff. My wife and I, we always joke about this, like say you go to comic book convention or game convention or whatever, and you'll have people like take this stuff really seriously, and they'll be like, no, that item has attack damage number 50. You said it was 45. You are 5 points off. You are totally wrong. It's attack damage 50. I just saw it yesterday. Like they get really like concerned about how much attack damage a particular item has. But the point being though is it's just kind of ironic and funny, is Elon Musk's sort of biggest fans of those video game kids, like they're the ones who are going to call him out when he says stuff that's frankly not true. And in this situation, Elon Musk is attacking one of their heroes, this Asmongold guy or whatever. So anyway, I hope you guys understand the lessons that we talk about every day. I'll make another video after this about economics and these kind of things, but you have to call this stuff out because, again, Elon Musk is the most influential person in the world, and this represents sort of where we are as a society. So thank you for your time, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next video.